Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Magic Duster. So in this video we are going to learn about the types of subtraction, and in the previous video already we saw what is subtraction and their properties. So before going to watch the video, if you are not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe the channel and share the video. Let us get into the topic. In subtraction, we have two groups. One is without regrouping and another one is with regrouping. What is regrouping? Regrouping is nothing. If we have carryovers in the sum, that is known as with regrouping. And if it doesn't have any carryover, that is called without regrouping. Let us learn this concept with the story. But before that, regrouping is only necessary in subtraction when the top number, which is the top number, is smaller than the bottom number being subtracted. Remember this. Now, look at this. This is ones. He lived in this house nicely with coins. This is tens. He also lives happily with 10 rupee coin, with 10 rupee currencies. So one day, our ones need to buy something for 7 rupees, but he didn't have 7 rupees. He have only the 6 coins. He needs still only 1 coin. For that he was asking help to the next neighbor. Who's that? Tens. And tens have everything else, the currency, 10 rupee note. So he gave one 10 rupee note to the ones. So what happens? Already he had 8 currency note. If he gave one note to the ones, it will reduce it into 7. And our ones have already got 6 coins. If he got 10 more rupees, he has to add the 6 to the 10. So how much amount he have now? 16. So this is what we are going to do, the subtraction. Here, this is ones column and this is tens column. Now, I'll start with the ones column. 5 minus 6. Is it possible? No, we cannot subtract the smaller number. We cannot subtract the number from the smaller number. So what should I do? I should go for borrowing method. So we can call that borrowing method or regrouping or trading. So I used to say borrowing method. If I want to borrow, I should go and ask the next neighbor. Who's that? Tens. So tens has 2 currency note. If he gave 1 currency note to ones, he will become 1. And our ones already have 5. So it will become 15. Now we can do the sum easily. 15 minus 6 is 9. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer must be 9. And to subtract, write down the larger number first and smaller number directly below it. And making sure to line up the columns, because just now we saw each column has a different value, like ones, tens, hundreds. Let us have two example for each type without regrouping. There were 17 people standing in a queue outside a bank. 12 of them went inside. How many are still there in the queue? So we are going to find out the remaining, and we know the remaining, that word is a pet name of subtraction, which means it's a term which is represent the subtraction. So as I'm going to do the subtraction, I should start with the ones column. In ones column, I have 7 minus 2. So 7 minus 2 is 5. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So there are 5 people there in a queue. Susan had rupees 570 in her bank. And she used rupees 320 to buy a toy cycle. So how much money does she have left? To find out the answer, I should do the subtraction because I have to find out the remaining money. And I am going to do the subtraction with the ones column. 0 minus 0 is 0. And 7 minus 2 is 5. And 5 minus 3 is 2. So how much money does she have left? Yes, she have 250 rupees. Now the second type with regrouping. There were 35 guests at the birthday party. 18 of them are left. How many guests are still there? Yes, to find out again I should do the subtraction. And remember, when you are going to do the subtraction, write the larger number above and smaller number below. Not only in subtraction, in all the operation, you can follow the same thing. It will help you to find the answer easily. So if I start with the ones column, 5 minus 8, we cannot do it. Surely we can't. So I'm going to do the borrowing. So my next neighbor 10 is 3. He gave one currency note. So he will turn into 2, and already I have 5. If I got 10, it will become 15. 15 minus 8 is 7, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So how many guests are there? Yes, 17 guests are still there. Then the last example. There were 165 cups in a shop. 37 fell when a shelf broke. So how many cups were unbroken? To find the difference, we should do the subtraction. Here, 165 minus 37. And when you are doing the sum, don't forget to put the numbers into the proper columns. 5 minus 7. Is it possible? No. So I'm going to borrow from the tens. So tens have 6 notes. If he gave 1, he will become 5 and I will become 15. So 15 minus 7 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. And in hundreds column, I didn't have any number to subtract from. So 1 is 1. So how many cups are still unbroken? 128. Hope you all understood what is subtraction and what are the two types of subtraction we have.